Using the TPOP, the first step is to vent the filler. Once you've gotten that process started, you want to check the alkali levels here. You're going to need about 1 inch of that chemical to work with, so just make sure there's at least 1 inch of it. Next, you're going to take the temperature and you're going to do your ABC check valve. So you're going to aim the temperature gauge right at this black piece of tape up top there for you. Here's an up-close image if you need to see it. And then once you get that number, you're going to record it on the paperwork listed here, just as so. Once the vent is complete, you will see this on the TPOP, and then you're going to open one of the lower aseptic chambers pictured here, and you're going to cut the paper in a diagonal V for you, just like this. Then you head back up the stairs, and what you're seeing here is you're removing the clamp, and then you're going to remove the HI nozzle that's inside. So as she lifts that up, she will then remove the nozzle from the inside, and then she will then replace it with a gasket and re-clamp that back down there for you. And then after that, you're going to take the basically almost like a placeholder piece. You're going to take that off, and again, when you do this, you're going to check on the insides to make sure the gaskets are there and they're sturdy and clean. And then you'll remove the other pipe there, and you're going to move that basically into CIP position and re-clamp that down. And then once you've got that clamped, you will then put your placeholder above it. And that was just an image of the inside of that gasket, so you know what those look like. And this is basically your final image, so you can kind of match that up to what you've got so far. And then we're going to head up these stairs, and you're going to go over to change basically your CIP and production pipes. So right here, we're loosening the production pipes, and then we'll put it into the CIP. Just make sure you check your gaskets, make sure they're all good to go. And once they are, go ahead and retighten that down in the CIP position, and then you'll put the block piece right there on the production pipe to make sure that nothing comes out. And then you're going to check the JUMO. So you hit exit and the arrow up, and then you make sure, and then hit enter. And you'll basically be checking to make sure that it's in the CIP mode so that it can monitor that for you. And then head back down to the TPOP. You're going to turn off all of your alarms. So go ahead, as they're doing on the screen there, and clearing all those alarms. And once you clear all those alarms, you're going to hit that production control button. And then after that, you'll touch the package forming unit button, and then onto the jaw inching selection button. And then once you see that flashing button there, you're going to touch that, and that's the slow inching button. So you press and hold that, and basically what you're doing here is you're inching all of that paper out. So you want to keep on going through that phase until all the paper has been removed through the bottom of the jaws. And then from there, you're going to open the door. Then you're going to go ahead and cover the photo cells there with a disposable glove after you've opened that up, and then you're going to remove that lower filling pipe there as so. And after this image, you're going to see an up close. Basically, there's this black little O-ring, and you want to make sure you grab that off there as well. And then go ahead and grab that cleaning cup off the bottom of the staircase. It's hanging up there. So here we are installing the cleaning cup, making sure both those gaskets are clean, and then clamping it onto the 2 spots on the inside of that machine. So as you can see here, both areas, and attaching them and just clamping them like so. So now we're back at the TPOP again, clear all your alarms. And once you've done that, essentially what we're doing here is setting up the ICU. So once you've got all the alarms cleared, you'll hit that production button again. And then from there, you'll touch the integrated cleaning unit. And then after that, you'll touch the alkali acid selection button. And once you've gotten that done, you will touch the start cleaning button, the ICU run button, and then the OK button last, which is that check mark there. And once we've done that, essentially you're going to check the inside compartment, and you're going to check the above pipes to make sure there's no leaks essentially coming out. And if there is, immediately stop it. And once we've done that, you're going to go back up those stairs, and you're going to check that JUMO again. And essentially you're looking for that orange area, which essentially is confirming that the CIP phase is going for you. So once you've checked the JUMO, you're going to head back onto the other side, and you're going to be cleaning the aseptic chambers. So here we are opening those up and removing the paper just as she's doing here in this image. And essentially what we're doing is we're opening up the rollers. So what we're going to be doing is cleaning the rollers, and you want to make sure for this step you're definitely only using water. So don't use any kind of sanitizer, use just clean water in order to clean these. So here we are cleaning those and drying it off. And as you'll see here, this is kind of the final image of what you're looking for it to be. And once you've done that, you're going to clean under this hood, again using only water. And then the other aseptic chamber, this is an image of, and you want to make sure it looks that clean. And once you've done all that, then you're going to put the paper right back in the way you had it before. So kind of following the trail you pulled it out from, putting it back in the same exact way. And go ahead and close these back up, and if the glass is dirty itself, you can go ahead and clean that glass as well using, again, just that water. And then you head back down the stairs, you go to that lower filler chamber, and you're going to clean off these rollers, the pressure rollers here. And again, anytime there's anything on the glass, just make sure to give that a quick rinse as well. And then that lower chamber below just that, you're going to see if there's any product, and you're going to clean that again only using water, and just making sure to give that kind of a thorough rinse and make sure there's nothing, no product or any other residue, or essentially on the machine parts or on the walls or in the glass or anything like that. And then you're going to open up these rollers and you're going to pull it out. It kind of looks like a little knife here with the rollers, and you just pull that out, and again making sure that whole chamber is clean. And then from there, you're going to basically take apart that LS roller as we're doing here. You take these little gaskets off, and you're going to separate the little white balls from the steel parts, and you're going to make sure there's no product or anything, you know, stuck or sticky on there, and just really kind of cleaning that. And with this equipment, you can definitely use sanitizer, so really make sure that's kind of clean. And then that lower filling pipe from before, you'll definitely start sanitizing now here as well. And you want to get the outsides really good, but you also want to get the inside, so go ahead and use that wire brush to get inside the pipe pieces as well. And while you're doing that, just check to make sure once you're at that 6-minute mark, give that JUMO a check. And those numbers right there, the flow, the temperature, and then caustic conductivity, you're going to run it right down that paperwork that we were writing on earlier, and right just like so. You'll start reassembling those LS pressure rollers just like this. So as you can follow this image, you can see exactly what she's doing, you know, attaching the rods into the wheels and then putting the gaskets around. And then you'll put that steel piece with the rod as well. This is the screen you'll see after the CIP is finished. So essentially from here, you're going to take everything out of that CIP position, so those pipes upstairs, you're going to replace back into production mode. So just like this, removing that top one, putting that pipe back attached, again making sure those gaskets are clean and still together each and every time you're doing this. And then this is really important, that stand away piece, essentially while you're touching, you need to make sure it's touching that contact and the orange lights there are there, because if it's not going to allow the production to go. So once you've got that finished, you'll go back over on the other side of the stairs, and you'll take the CIP piping back into production mode again, like I said, checking those gaskets, making sure everything's still good to go, and blocking the CIP. And then you're going to go ahead and hit this dry phase, and once that check mark goes, you'll hit OK, and that will start the dry phase there. And then once you're done, you'll see it just like this, where that dry phase area is green, and then you go ahead and you'll uninstall that cleaning cup just as you had installed it. You'll put it right back down the stairs, put it back into production mode. And again, what we're doing here is we're inching the jaws slowly, because what we're doing here is we're going to want to rub the inductors with a brass brush. So you can see we're kind of opening up the jaws here for us, and then you'll get inside and you'll brush that with that wire brush there for you. And then last but not least, you're going to take that glove off the photocells, take a little bit of a lens cleaner, wipe it real quick, and you have just done an intermediate CIP of the aseptic filler.